Whales are buying Xcn, and a lot of traders, including myself, believe the time for reversals are very, very near. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're talking about the one, the only beautiful Xcn. Now, you guys are absolutely amazing. Just want to say that. Listen, right? Someone spotted a monster buy. We can see, right? 17 million Xcn, which is about 180K worth. But we can see there's also, just in this frame alone, there's also a 4.4 million buy, and of course a 1.6 million buy, and decent buys of 400K, 278K, 185K, the mid 600Ks. So people are stacking up on XCN, and rightfully so. A lot of people believe the reversals are coming. We can see, right, this person drew out a trend line, and he believes that we are going to break out. We are going to dive into the technical analysis, right? We can see someone 1 hour ago said they're looking to be taking along, implying that they believe, right, price is not going to go down. Because when you take something like this, you're trading. You're not just buying, you're trading. So, you know, we are going to look at the data. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, we rank 145 out of 9,495 active cryptos, 381 million market cap, 17 million in volume. So very, very nice. And when we go to the amount of holders, we can see we've been climbing, right? We have been climbing despite price going down, which should tell you a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, the time to get serious is now. The next few months are going to be the most crucial time of your lives. Okay. We're going to have crypto exploding, and this is the time to get a portfolio review. Right? You got to make sure you have the right cryptos. You don't want any old or dead coins, or you don't want anything that can give you little profits, right? So we provide a portfolio review. We've also been smashing it with the high probability meme coins. We hit an 11x, an 8x, and 5.5x in recent times. We also provide a weekly report on the crypto data, on the crypto analysis, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, on other altcoins as well. You get all this and a bunch more other benefits. Highly recommend joining the private community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some money. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, that price has been pretty much selling off late July, right? Late July. And, hasn't really given us any signs of real confirmations. Now, we did believe at one point that when price swept this low over here, there was going to be some decent confirmations, right? We had a decent buy candle here, but then the Saturday and Sunday were absolutely terrible. So the weekly just looked bad. And of course, then we sold off. And but we can see XCN has been very, very fundamental, right? Just objectively speaking, XCN has been very fundamental. Boom, right? Even with the retests, right? Like this, very, very fundamental, which is good because when a crypto starts becoming more fundamental, ladies and gentlemen, what does that mean? Well, that means the markets don't want to be coming back to the zone again, right? When a crypto or anything just pumps quickly or dumps quickly, they always have to correct that. They always have to correct it. So the market makers, ladies and gentlemen, are, they are not just selling it off or buying it very quickly. They are being very, very fundamental. And we kind of have something similar to what happened last time, right? Over here, we can see it was just very, very fundamental, up and down, up and down. But we were just going, we were just staircasing lower. I mean, we can see clear as day. We take away the wicks, boom, right? We take away the wicks, look, low or a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, low, low, lower low, lower low, lower low, consistently. And then it got to a certain point where things kind of just exploded, right? Things kind of just exploded. They kind of just reversed. And you know what? That might happen with XCN too. Now, I will say I am still potentially looking at this area over here, right? I am still potentially looking at this area over here. This is a sniper zone, ladies and gentlemen. So free, free content for you guys, free value, because I haven't talked about XCN in some time. So I feel a little bit bad, but this is a sniper area. This is where I would have a purchase of 0.009 because this, not to get too technical, but this is one of those institutional candles over there. So, free value for you guys, free value for you guys because it's been some time. But look, right? Potential reversal signs are here. We have created pretty much multiple times equal lows for many, many days. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, right? And we started to shift in structure a little bit. We started to shift in structure. We can see On the 4 hour, ladies and gentlemen, we had this high, lower low. Sorry, yeah, lower high. And then we are getting squished, and then we broke to the upside, right? We created the highest high we've had pretty much since what? Since August 31st. So in the last 10 days, this is the highest high we had, right? We sold off kind of aggressively, but we still continued to create higher lows consistently. And we have been climbing up, but you gotta remember these are all 4 hour candles. So one, two, three, four, five, 6 hours, or sorry, 6 times 4. Is this a day's worth of buying pressure? It's not the strongest. It's not the strongest, but it is very fundamental. So we will continue to see how we do. Obviously, we have to see if we break this high over here, because at this current moment, ladies and gentlemen, we could be just simply forming, right? We could be forming a high, lower high, and potentially a lower high here, and then go pull back before once again we go up. Now, I overall still think there's still going to be some type of manipulation. The reason why I think there's going to be some type of manipulation because there's going to be federal rate cuts happening in September next week, right? Next week, pretty much a week from now, we should know if we're having the rate cuts. It's pretty much 100% that we are going to have the rate cuts, though. It's like 90% chance that we will for 25 points and 10% chance that we will for 50 points. So, according to multiple sources, it's like a 0% chance that it stays at all, right? So, just be wary of that, right? Just be wary of that when it comes to it. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, time is running out. Time is genuinely running out one way or another, right? Whether or not you dollar cost average here, or like here, or if we somehow get lower, you know, you got to remember these are some of the literal last opportunities. And I get it, you guys heard that a lot, but these are actually going to be some of the lowest and last opportunities you have because once we cut the rate cuts once, we're going to cut it again and again, and the markets are going to continue to accelerate until they explode. But we got to cash out before we explode, which is why, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do this channel, which is why, of course, I guide people in the private community. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys so, so much. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.